guys, this is Malana B, and I'm doing an update, obviously. Hopefully my phone stays in place. I'm actually using some tape to hold it up there so I can have good lighting and have enough space to show you guys the stuff, and hopefully it doesn't fall off. But if it does, I'll probably have to find a different place. Okay, so if you guys have watched my last video, I showed you a couple of items I was working on. The first one is, let me show you guys the cowl I finished. As you guys know, I released this pattern last month. It is called the off stitch, right? Is it called offset cowl? That's what it's called, offset cowl. And I had finished this. I had not seamed it together, and I had not blocked it when I did my last video, but I have done so already. As you can see, I so love these blues and purples here. It's so pretty. Now this is a cotton yarn. I actually was unable to find the ball band for it, so I don't know the actual information as far as what brand it was, or I know it was 100% cotton, but just in general I don't know all the basic information. And I got this this yarn maybe like years ago, probably like around 5 years ago or plus, so I was just so happy to use it up. And since I don't use cotton that much really at all in general, I wasn't sure how it was going to end up, if it was going to block well or whatever, but I like it very much. It blocked out very nicely. Very happy with it. It's lighter obviously than the wool, the last one I made. Lighter, I love it. Probably something I would use during spring or fall as opposed to when it's winter and it's a lot colder or whatever. But yes, I love it so much. It actually has opened up the door for me to use more cotton, because again, I love it so much. It blocked out very nicely, like I said, so you can see the details. I'm very happy with it, and I'm actually, I think, in love with the pattern. Which, I mean, I know like I wrote it, but I think I'm just in love with it. This is my second one so far. I plan to do more. I actually want to try one in synthetic yarn or washable yarn, yarn that you can wash obviously in the washer and dryer. I'm gonna try that next. So if it works out well, if the details show up well on that, I'm going to be making some to gift during the holidays. So the next thing I showed you guys in the last video was a cowl I was working on that is supposed to be the warp pipes in the Mario games. I have another picture to show you guys here. This is version 2, and this is the second version. It looks like that. Now, as you can see in the picture, I mean, if you're not really familiar, and even if you are, unless somebody tells you, probably wouldn't be able to really tell what it is. I mean, you guys tell me, does it look like it? Does it not? Does it need more work? And I don't know if the colors are getting washed out, because like from what I'm looking at, everything seems to be a bit too bright maybe. So anyway, as you guys can see the picture, or you guys saw the picture, this is what it looks like, and you saw the warp pipes of what it's supposed to be. You guys tell me, is it good? Is it bad? Should I even bother with it? Is it not a good idea? Let me put it on. So it will look something like that. You guys know I prefer cowls that are closer to my neck, but the other kind is starting to grow on me. The longer cowls are really starting to grow on me recently. So that's what it looks like. Again, this is the second version. If you guys want to see the first one, which is just solid green, it's in my last video. You guys tell me, do you think it's good? Should I make a pattern? I mean, it's very easy, but should it be my pattern for next month or in the coming months? What do you think? I'm thinking I probably will, but I just want to know if others think this is enough. Like, this looks like the warp pipe. Do I need to make more alterations to it? What do you guys think? Give me your opinions, please. So that's something else I finished. There's one more thing I actually finished that I'm surprised I finished, because I didn't know it was going to be so quick. So I'm working on a new pattern as well, a knit pattern, and this is going to be for fingerless gloves. As you guys know, my son goes to school, and school ends in about 2 to 3 weeks. I forgot the exact date. Oh my gosh, you can see my mess there. I'm sorry, guys. This is like a paper shredder, And on top I have a bag full of paper to shred. I just haven't gotten to that yet. And this is some massage stuff that, you know, you sit and you can massage your back because picking up my son, you know, all the time, bending down all the time, sometimes I need that. But anyway, school will be ending soon, and I wanted to make something for the teachers. There's one main teacher and there's 2 helpers, so I wanted to make something homemade and, you know, maybe add a little extra something in there as well. So I wanted to make fingerless gloves. I thought that a lot of people, hopefully a lot of people will find it useful and helpful. You know, I know it's summer right now, but in general, they'll use it eventually when it gets cooler. So I wanted to make a really easy pattern, a pattern that is not as long as I usually make them, because that's what I prefer personally. So this is it. And again, sorry guys if it's getting washed out. It's very, very easy. Again, I didn't want to make it as long as, you know, as I prefer, because not everyone likes that. Also not too long in the cuff as well. Let me see, it's a really easy pattern. It's just basically ribbing. This is 2x2 rib. This is 3x2 rib, 2x2 rib, and the thumb is 1x1. So I'm planning to call it the 3-2-1 fingerless glove, or 1-2-3 fingerless gloves. Something along those lines, just because the ribbing, you know, it uses 1x1, 2x2, and 3x1, if that makes sense. Or if you guys have another suggestion for the name, please let me know. So this is what it looks like when it's not on. I finished a pair. And actually, you know what? I used like a needle bigger than what I'm running in the pattern. Like one size up. And this is a little large for me. And I don't know if I have big hands or not, to be honest. I think I have medium, but this is like just a tad big. So I'm working actually on my second pair right now. As I mentioned, there are 3 people, the teacher and 2 helpers. So I'm going to be making 3 in total. This is one I finished. I just need to add the thumb on it. This is made with one size smaller, like a needle that's smaller. Turns out like this. I think I may do the 2 more of these, of the smaller ones, and the other one I have someone I can gift it to for the holidays as well, with bigger hands. At least I think he has bigger hands. So that is the other pattern I'm working on. Actually, I don't know which one will be the one for next month. I'm thinking that maybe the mitts, or depending what you guys think about this, if I have to rework it or not. What do you guys think? The pattern for this month, right? Not next month, for this month. This month's pattern. I'm getting ahead of myself. And then the other thing that is not complete, but the knitting part is done anyway, that I've showed you guys maybe 2 or 3 videos ago, is this cowl I was working on. I finally finished it. I used up all of the yarn I dyed. As you guys know, I dyed up this yarn quite some time ago. I love it, especially this green part here. You know what it reminds me of? Like, I know here usually kids use crayons a lot, but in South America, their main thing is colored pencils. From back in the day, when I remember anyway. And this is what it reminds me of. Like, if you color, you know, like a large portion of whatever with colored pencils, it seems like that, like so heathery and just different hues of the same color. I love that. Totally reminds me of that. So as I said, it's already finished. I finished all the yarn, so I just need to seam it together. I don't know if I will be doing probably Kitchener stitch. I will try anyway. Otherwise, I'm just gonna seam it normally. But that is also something I finished. I think that's all that I've completed, guys, or that I've been working on right now. My main thing to finish will be the fingerless gloves. Like I said, I'm on my second pair. I will see if I make 2 more or if I make 1 more, then just depending. Well, anyway, that's my main thing I'm gonna work on next. And as far as crochet goes, I am thinking of making some amigurumi, like as part of their gift for the teachers. I was thinking of making maybe a little apple I can include with each one, just like a little ornament or something like that. I think that would be really cute, but I will see. I think that's all as far as knitting and stuff. So let's talk about life a little bit. It's been going pretty well. It's been getting so hot here recently. The last couple of days, it's been maybe like 80s, but it's so humid also that it's feeling like 90s plus, and it's just hot. Like all of a sudden, it's so hot. So with my son, we've moved down to the basement again. We usually go do that when in the summers, and again, it's a lot cooler down there as opposed to the second floor. Did I say that in my last video? Or I don't know if I mentioned that, but anyway, we did that recently. And it's working out because I get much cooler down there, so that definitely works. Also, I think I mentioned that I was having a meeting with his teacher, to see if he's going to be going to summer school. And yes, they suggested that he does go. So he definitely will be doing that. When school ends, he will have, I think, about 2 weeks off, just to, spend at home. And then summer school will start. I think summer school is like 3 or 4 weeks, probably less than a month, I'm sure. So something like that. And then actually, I don't know how long he will have of a break before school starts again. So he's doing rather well. He's a lot more talkative, is that the word? Where he's trying to, it seems like he's babbling more. It seems like he's trying to talk to you, even though it's babble as opposed to not. He's imitating a lot more, which is great. So yeah, just pretty happy, pretty happy with that, with the progress so far. Although I feel like it's kind of slow, but at the same time, I don't really know any other kids, so I don't really have anyone to compare with. And I know it's not the greatest to compare kids anyway, because every kid is different. So all I know is that I see progress, and that makes me happy. He's doing very good. He's still really thin but tall. Let's see. He's really enjoying going outside. But when it's too hot, like I said, this last couple of days, he's just been staying inside because just too hot out there. What else, you guys? Yes, if you follow me on Instagram, I am Malamb. I am doing a monthly thing. It's called Amiguru May, like May for this month. And it's just like a daily thing. They have themes for each day where you post up a picture or whatever, and you talk a little bit about whatever the theme is. So because of that, also I wanted to do something more amigurumi, since this month I haven't been doing all that much. I think for the last couple of weeks, or I guess since the beginning of the month, what I've been doing is I've been going to dig through my Ravelry and my projects from back in the day, like the very beginning projects. And I've been showing or talking about those more. Also, when I had my Etsy shops as well, like as far as amigurumi goes. I will be uploading this from my phone probably, so I don't know if I will be having my links down below. But again, I am Malamb. And also, where I do have all my links are, if you go to that info, or I guess the information page, what do you call it? Like that page where you open up the channels page itself, profile. I think this was called a profile page for my channel. All my links are there, including Instagram. So definitely go check it out. Also, I am actually thinking of putting up some of my stash to sell, because I have just so much, and I'm going to start going through it in the next couple of weeks. And I've been iffy about where to put it up for sale, because I definitely thought about Etsy and just comparing all the fees and all of that. I looked up Etsy, Amazon. I also looked at what is it called, eBay, and there was one other I looked at. I forgot which one it was, but I have used eBay before to sell random things here and there. Not at all that much, but that's so far seems to be the way to go. So I have linked my eBay, I guess, page where it shows what I have for sale on my Instagram. That is actually a link that I don't have anywhere else yet, just because it's so recent. But if you guys want to check it out, again, if you go to my Instagram profile page, there's a link. It says Linktree, and it has all my links on there. It has my YouTube channel. It has, like I said, the PayPal page, not PayPal, eBay page, and also my blog, a link to my blog. So far I only have one thing that actually I listed a while ago. It's a book, a pattern book. Which the book's actually, and I didn't bring it to show you guys, but I don't know if you guys have followed me for a while. I was, and I mean a while, like months back probably, I showed it to you guys. I was reading a book called something potluck, which is, oh my gosh, you know what? I'm gonna talk about it next time because I don't even remember the title. I finished it like last week. I finished it finally. It took me months to finish that. Not because it's bad, not because, you know, anything else, but I just didn't make time for it, to be honest. But recently I got some new books to read, like actual books as opposed to listening to audiobooks. And I wanted to get started on those as soon as possible. So I was like, let me finish this one first, which I was so close to finishing. So I just, went for it. But anyway, I will be talking about that next time, I guess. And I'll show it to you guys. That book has 3 volumes. I have the first and second one. The third one is actually not out yet. And the lady that it's written by, she was the founder for Cherry Tree Hill Yarn. I think she was the founder for that. Or I think there was the other, I don't know if it's like a company within a company type of thing. Potluck Yarns. I think she was the founder for that maybe. Again, I'll have the legit information next time. But anyway, her book was about witches that of course knit and dye, all about yarn and all about witches all in one. I thought it was pretty interesting. I am waiting for the third one. I think that's, you know what, it's actually a question mark for me personally if they will actually come out with a third one or the final one, which I really hope they do. Because if you go to the website, their website, the Potluck Yarns or whatever, it doesn't seem to be live anymore. So I don't know if they went out of business or, whatever the case was. But since that's a case, it seems, I don't know if they will be having a third one out, which I really hope they do, because like again, it's the last one, the last volume of the 3, and I would like to have the complete thing. So that's all, guys, for now. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys had an awesome weekend and have a great week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.